Welcome back, friends and fellow adventurers, to the 42nd campaign episode of Cocked, a real play RPG podcast. Our first announcement today is that we have eclipsed 2,000 downloads worldwide, so we are hosting a giveaway in which one lucky fan will receive a custom-designed and hand-painted NPC by myself, Alex Reid. Check out the show's Instagram as well as my own for contest details. Secondly, a huge shout out to our giveaway sponsor, Titancraft. If you've not heard of Titancraft, it is a miniature/monster creating program which allows you to design STL files for 3D printers. These files are fully customizable with all sorts of weapons, clothing, and races or monsters for all your fantasy needs. Check out the episode description for a link to their site. Last and certainly not least, thank you for all the support we receive each and every episode. It is great to hear from our fans and listeners and receive feedback on the show. We are always looking to engage and expand our audience. Now, let's rejoin our party as Brakka shows Kadie and Aegard his latest creation while they finish prepping to return to the caves to help Puck liberate the goblin clans and overthrow the hags and their accomplices.
Guys, I made something. And Brakka's gonna hold up this like clear bottle, and he's just gonna shake it, and like yellow gold light will like emit from it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That is impressive, Brakka.
Here, I made two. I only had enough for two, but you guys can't see in the dark, so you guys can have these.
Like forever?
I can see in the dark. I don't need it.
Do you want us to use these instead of your torch? You want your torch back?
I mean, you can use it doesn't give off a whole lot of light. You can see in front of you, basically, I think.
Maybe we should save them in case we get separated.
Oh, that's a good point.
I was going to say, he made him because he feels bad for leaving Kadie in the tunnel all by herself in the dark.
Yeah. But yeah, Brock will just say, just shake it to activate it, and then shake it again to deactivate it.
Aegard's gonna just go, he's not gonna leave the group. He's just on the outside of the campsite and just meditate. He's still a little murdery.
Braga's gonna bother you, not in a mean way while you're meditating, but just check on you while you're meditating. Just kind of like poke your arm.
Yes, Brock.
Do you need anything before we go?
No, I am just trying to get my head right with what I know is about to happen.
Well, yeah.
It's been a lot of killing, Brakka. We talked about this. It's something I'm not
Accustomed to.
Yes, but something that I find does excite me. So,
Well,
yeah, keep it up, Kadie.
That was not Kadie.
Oh, okay, keep it up, Jess.
Aegard's coming for you.
I'll just, I guess, I don't know if it'll help or not, but anytime I have to kill, there's a reason behind it. I don't just do it for no reason. Like, I know you don't do it for no reason. Like, the goblins, I'm sure there were other ways to, I mean, maybe we could have talked with them, but diplomacy isn't always an option.
Right.
So, you kind of have to put your wants and needs aside and do what you have to. And if we have to kill, we have to kill. I mean, I'm not just gonna, I don't think you should either, just roll over and let something kill you just because you don't want to kill.
And I could not let anything happen to my friends either. So,
I mean, that's one reason why I do it, to protect my friends. I mean, I don't want to see you or Kadie get hurt. Or Alfred, I guess.
Aegard then reaches up and kind of puts his arm around
Brakka will
Brakka's
hug
shoulder.
the arm, because I mean...
Hey, Kadie, why don't you roll perception? See if you
No,
can
thank you.
perceive the
I wasn't
love.
trying to.
Does Brakka know that you went to go talk to Chort, by the way? Down in the
No.
tunnel?
Think of a
Okay.
word.
Aegard told everyone he was going to go down
Affection?
to
No,
make
I
sure everything
wasn't
was closed
trying
up at
to
the end.
eavesdrop on the conversation.
And then I did all the sword stuff without anybody. He didn't want you guys to be involved with that. in case it went wrong.
Yeah.
Outside of game, real quick, if we ever have a long rest, is it ever up to us to be able to like roll how restful that rest is?
If you'd like to, yeah, absolutely. You can always flavor your long rest.
I'm just curious.
I'm rolling 2 hit die, by the way.
Okay.
I rolled 2 hit die too.
I'm just curious. Why would you want to roll for that? Just because I've never heard of it. Except on the Respiante when you guys both rolled.
Right. Well, I'm curious because of Katie's psyche, with everything that's going on, compartmentalizing a lot, especially with when Ibrahim went like all murder hobo on the were rats, and then like with what was her name, Corinne.
Yep. Yeah. You're really distraught. Let me slow stab you in the heart, like in. I just picture like Saving Private Ryan with the. No.
But now finding like Julianne was taken from her home at such a young age and then put into captivity, and seeing all that. So, this is her first time really being away from home.
Sure.
And
no, I think it's great. I love it. Yeah, it's awesome.
Brakka afterwards will like pat Aegard one more time and then walk over to Kadie.
Jesus Christ. Just rub it in. My God.
He's trying to be a friend. Brakka's new to this whole thing.
You got a friend in me.
Yeah, only Aegard and Brakka, apparently.
Brakka will then approach Kadie.
Don't you dare try to sit here and try to hug me or tap me now.
I'm trying to raise morale on the team.
He said approach Kadie. You interrupted. You let him finish. Approach Kadie and then walk right past her.
Just like nod upwards. What's up, dog?
Approach Kadie, nod at her, and then pull out a vial of acid as he walks past, just watching.
Yeah. And looking at Julianne.
Yeah. He calls her Carrie.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, Brakka will approach Kadie.
Hey, Brakka.
Are you doing okay with all of this stuff?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just think that we should, do everything that we need to do. Find the stones, find Groan, find Julian's family.
Well,
eventually find, everything else that we need to do. So, yeah, I'm doing all right.
You're stating facts and asking how you're doing, how you're feeling. I feel like you're lying.
Brakka, roll insight.
It's now become heroin.
Golly, that's an 18.
Isn't that what poppy seeds become?
You did say she liked to hang out in poppy fields. 18, you tell him what he would feel with an 18.
Oh, Jesus, an 18.
I would think that you would know. She's warring with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
She doesn't really know how to process it. I would think that you would be able to see that she's numb, but then when she starts talking about it, like before going through, you can start kind of catching in her voice like everything's not okay, but then she like stops.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, we're good. Type of thing. So
it's
just one thing after another.
You know we're friends, right? You know that you can speak to me if you need to.
I mean, I don't know how good of friends we are. I saw you hug Aegard, and I've never been hugged.
Would you like a hug? Brakka's gonna hug you.
You can't hug me.
Hold on.
She will flat out just cry.
Aegard's gonna look over his shoulder. I'm gonna roll for pity.
Call lightning.
Total pity hug. Aegard's good.
Just call lightning, right?
Yeah, you just kind of feel like the hair, or not hair, but your scales kind of tingle like.
Not hair, scales.
Yeah, the scales
The scales stand up.
Start
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop.
But
Sorry.
Brakka will hug Kadie.
Did your fucking scales become a machine?
Yeah, just beep, boop, boop, boop.
She's Predator.
I just watched that last night, Alien vs. Predator. Okay, sorry.
Look, Brakka hugs. Brakka says, "Do you want a hug?" And mid saying that, he hugs Kadie.
No.
Roll Constitution, Kadie.
Why?
Roll Constitution.
My endless love.
Is it a saving throw?
Or just con?
Just Constitution.
18.
You know what? Okay. You could make it a saving throw, but that's going to be higher. You're able to...
It would be. It would be 21.
You're able to keep your emotions in check. Kadie feels like she's about to burst into tears, especially when she feels Brakka hug her.
Stuffs it all down.
Yep.
Like the bad bitch she is for right now.
Yep. She's able to... Kadie is a bad bitch, and she just stifles it down.
I don't relate to that whatsoever.
Aegard, you were looking at him, you'd see he had just put up imaginary number 2 for hugs for
Brakka. My god.
Then he looks over really disgusted, puts imaginary 1 over for Kadie.
Okay, so you hug me, and I keep my feelings in check. That's me keeping my feelings in check. No tears, just you see some snot.
Kadie's literally about to
hug you so tight that you broke one of his bottles of poison spray.
Her breath weapon lets out. Everything's frozen.
Whoa. Let it go.
So stupid.
Cool. Are we fighting yet?
We are in a moment. Can you shush?
It's not that. It's a pity hug. Come on.
Wow. Good Lord.
We all know.
Thank you, Brakka. I appreciate your friendship, and I'm sorry.
For what?
Oh, I know that when we were in the cells or whatever dungeon,
Like the keys?
yeah, I know that I was just really focused on helping Julian because I just felt something with her. I just felt like a pull that she needed to be helped and that she's an innocent. So I didn't think about that, and I apologize.
I kind of forgot about it already. It's okay.
I mean, you remembered it quite clearly just a minute ago without me telling you.
Well, I don't know what you would, besides that, be upset about with me.
Yeah, I think that, yeah. I mean, there's nothing else that, I mean, I don't think I've done anything else, but you'll just let me know. I don't want you to ever feel like I'm, I don't know, taking advantage or anything.
I mean, I don't really think there's anything you or Aegard could do to truly make me angry. I mean, I don't know.
Challenge accepted.
Wow.
I mean, frustrated, sure, but angry? I mean, you two are my friends. I mean, I don't get angry, really, with my friends. So...
I appreciate that. But you just let me know. Even if I frustrate you, I don't want to do that either.
You don't, so don't worry about that. Brakka is going to... He's going to pull out one of, like, a stone. Just pick up a stone on the ground or something. And he's going to use his magical tinkering on it. And he's going to say the word peace and draconic on the stone. So it's like he can make a recorded message on it, up to, I think, 25 words or 6 words. And he's going to hand that to Kadie. And he's going to inscribe the word, or like, I don't know if there's like runes in draconic or like a word, but if there's a rune for draconic, Brakka's going to inscribe that on the stone and hand that to Kadie.
What does it stand for?
Peace.
Peace? Yeah, you could do some type of symbol that means peace in draconic.
Okay.
It's the letter P.
Yeah, you know.
With wings.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna literally make me cry.
Well,
Don't make the table uncomfortable, Reggie. Jesus.
What'd you do?
Pulled on our heartstrings.
Oh. I can really get into character. I've got tears already coming down.
Remember when you got the Rospiante?
I cried so hard.
I liked it.
I could not stop.
That was great. That was the best thing. And I only made it up because you made the whole, like, I want to make my daddy proud.
I know. And that's all I could think of was like, oh my god, I'm going to make my... Ula, that was her name.
Yeah.
It was going to be fucking Glenn's ship, too, and then it went to Ula. It was going to be Glenn's.
It was going to be like a...
It was going to be Glenn's.
Okay.
So you'll see literally one tear shed from Kadie. And
Does it like freeze halfway down, though?
yeah, exactly. Just like her heart.
It just makes a little ice crystal. No, because you're a white dragon.
I know the reason why you said that. I was just making a joke on my end because emotions make me wow. So you see one tear shed all the way down her face and drop off of her chin.
Thank you, Brakka. I appreciate this. I'll hold on to this. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Brakka will just nod his head, just
I have the rocket piece, and I want to make sure Brakka's okay. So
Make her attuned to it. Or she has to get rid of it. Does Kadie too? Go.
How are you, Brakka? Are you okay?
I don't know. Just a lot of mixed emotions are getting trudged back up again, dealing with the Black Moon and everything. Just past history.
Well, maybe when we're done with this and before our next sleep, maybe I should make some more calming tea, and maybe that might help all of us a little bit.
I'll be okay. I mean, I'll get through it after we're done here, probably.
Yeah. I don't know about myself, but we'll see. We'll see where we're at.
We will. You and Aegard will. Both of you are strong-willed people, whether you two like to believe it or not.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind some calming tea.
I can certainly make it when we get back.
Also, do you guys want some food? Before you go?
Sure.
I could eat.
I got a deer and a couple fish, so...
Oh, wow.
Brock is gonna eat a fish like a Komodo dragon.
I just love it when he does that. It's so fun.
And as you guys turn and look, after Alfred said that, and you turn and look, Alfred was actually walking on, like, his hind legs because he was carrying what he had. So he just kind of wobbling in, and he just sets it down. And he's like, but he looks like super excited and like happy about, like, look what I got. You know, when like a dog comes and brings you something, and they're like sitting there wagging their tail. Alfred's just like, see?
Very good job.
Do we have to make a fire now to cook everything?
Aegard can make a fire. You want to roll for fire? Wait, can we use a magical campfire to light something? It makes fire.
Fire! And draconic.
Blah!
Make a tent. I mean,
of course you bring me something back after I've unattuned to the battle chef paring knife or whatever the hell it's called.
yeah, it just says you can make a tent with a fireplace.
Oh,
Yeah. So, yeah, we can do that. Alfred can't fit in, obviously, but
Alfred actually, while you guys are talking about this, starts dressing the deer and getting the fish all ready to cook and everything. And
like a little top hat. And coat.
and I rolled a 19 for
Ooh, nice.
just a straight 19, but I think it like Dex plus modifier, so it's really good. He gets most of the skin off, and it's
Sushi!
the good meat. It's sushi grade deer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a fish.
Aegard checks for worms and other...
I mean, it's okay.
Cool. Who's cooking?
I mean, Brakka will mention the fireplace inside the camper's respite thing. So I gave one of you the torch. I don't know who has it.
Kadie.
Yeah, you can use an action to place the rod's brazier upside down on the ground, and that's what makes the tent.
So you guys are able to make this tent with the fireplace. Yeah, I figured. And you guys make the tent, you cook the food, you all have a good meal, and as you guys are eating, you look around and you notice that Puck has not left the spot where he walked and sat down staring at the caves, and he's just kind of staying there, just looking in the direction of the caves.
Aegard will poke his head out of the tent. Puck!
Brakka will walk over there.
Yeah.
Come get some food.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm good for right now.
You will not be able to fight as well on an empty stomach. You want me to persuade?
Sure. Roll persuasion.
Oh shit, what a good natural 20, dick. Yeah, no. 11.
Oh. I rolled a 1. There's not much more you need. That's how you're like, should I roll persuasion? I was like, sure, roll it. So, Puck, after hearing that, you kind of see it kind of nod like, all right, good point. And he just gets up and walks over to the tent, walks in and gets a little bit of food and eats. And he stands up after he's done eating and everybody else is finished. He says,
I was going to take some to Julianne.
okay. So you take it to Julian. She's going to take it. She's going to go ahead and eat it. Do you want to have a conversation with her while you're there, or you're just giving it to her? Okay, so the food is created. Everybody ate. Kadie was able to bring some to Julian. Everybody had some food, and Puck kind of stands up after everybody's done, and he's like, I don't mean to be rude, but I think we should get going. I think we were talking about when they're least active, and this is probably the best time we're in right now. We're in the sweet spot to navigate those secret tunnels and the secret passageways, and I think we can really make it without having to run into too many people, if any at all.
I agree. Let's go.
We're going to move quick, but we're also going to move quietly. So please make sure you guys have a light, right? Okay.
Yeah. Real quick.
Yes.
Before we go, Aegard goes to the hole. Has Alfred gone down in it yet? Or?
Yes, Alfred and Julian have gone down in the hole.
Aegard's going to start kind of moving the leaves around and putting dirt up on it to make it look a little more natural. I don't have it prepared.
Puck will come over and help. Go ahead and make what is that, performance?
Puck, can you give me a hand?
Yeah, Puck will come over and help.
Yeah, just one.
what are that? A hand.
Performance?
Yeah, I believe performance, right? To try to build something with advantage because you have help.
Okay.
No, only half.
17. Druidcraft.
That was beautiful.
Single flower extends from the hand.
That'd be great. That's how he casts it. He casts Druidcraft like that, and the flower goes.
So, yeah, you guys are able to cover in it. Unless you're right up on it, it is not obvious that there's a hole there. So you guys make your way back to the caves. You descend down the spiral that you guys went down and immediately make a right. And as you guys make that right where you had previously gone left to go where the chamber is, Puck pauses for a minute, puts his hand up, and he just kind of taps the wall. And then he pushes on a rock, and you can hear this as a small passageway opens on the right side. And he kind of looks at the rest of you, and he's like, if you guys need a torch, go ahead and light it now, but let's move quick. And he disappears into the tunnel.
So just to be clear, he is leading us.
Mm-hmm.
And then, is it you next or me next?
I have the
The
light,
door.
yeah.
Okay. So she's got the light, then I'm behind her, and then Brakka's behind Aegard.
Okay. So you guys are able to traverse the tunnels. I need everybody to make a stealth check with advantage because you guys have the map and Puck guiding you.
I don't need advantage. Nat 20.
I'll take an 18.
That's a... Thank goodness we had advantage. That was a dirty 20 for Aegard, or it would have been a filthy 1.
Ooh.
That would have been 2 ones because Puck rolled a 1 and a 12.
Oh, shit.
My nat 20 cancels his out.
Aegard is wearing
he
heels
rolled.
on Aegard's wearing high heels on a stone floor.
Hey,
Pretty
sailors.
woman. Oh, he has a +5 for stealth.
Damn.
So, 17, natural 20 for a total of what?
23.
23?
18.
18?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Yep.
Yeah. It was, the average was 15 or higher for you guys to be like completely stealth, and yeah, you guys just blew that out of the water. I'm pretty sure the average was like 19 or 20 from the 3.
I think this is only like the
4 of you.
second nat 20 that Katie's gotten the whole fucking campaign.
You know what? Came at a good time. So I was going to continue to roll along the way, but because you guys rolled so well for stealth, we're going to say that you guys were able to maneuver the different passageways. And when Puck heard noises, he would put his hand up. And you guys would wait, and there were times that you guys had seen, like, in the distance, torchlights pass. Or the glint of blades pass in the distance as they were going, and then he would keep moving. And some of these passageways were narrow, where you guys had to turn sideways and kind of shimmy, and it was still kind of scraping against your bellies as you guys went through. It looks like it was dug by hand and by, probably the resistance at the time when Puck was part of it. And he gets real close and he says, "Okay, guys, there is one room that we used to use to meet for the resistance. I kind of want to check and see, because they didn't ever, to my knowledge, find that room, but if we could find a couple people in there, it might help our case if we have a bigger group to go into the main room. What do you guys think, or do you want to go straight there?"
If you think it's wise to make a stop, we can.
I agree.
Okay.
We follow you.
Okay, let's divert. And so he kind of shimmies a different direction, and you guys head a different way for a couple minutes. What?
He was so official there. We follow you. I picture like putting her face on her chest.
My mace is yours.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
It's a chromatic great axe, thank you.
Oh, that's right. You got the great axe.
Don't even.
My great axe is yours.
Yes.
So he diverts you guys. You guys move for another 5 minutes in a different direction. Looking at the map, it's not anything he's marked. If you want to check that, but you get to a small opening that is about a 20 by 30 room, and there are what look like candles lit in the room. And he kind of looks back and he's like, "Why don't you guys wait right here where you can see into the room? I'm going to go in and open the door on the far side and see if anybody's near. But like I said, I don't want to put anyone else in harm's way." After he says that, he doesn't wait for you to respond. He immediately just walks into the room and heads towards the door. Opens the door and kind of looks out, and you hear him say something in Goblin, and then he opens the door a little wider and kind of has a, if you're looking in, you can see him rushing something with his hand, "Hey, come on. And you see 3 other goblins come in, and as soon as they come in, he closes the door, and then he grabs a drawbar and closes it on the door.
Friends of yours, I assume.
Puck jumps when you say that, because he didn't forget you were there, but he wasn't sure you were there, and he just hears Brakka say, "Friends of yours," and he jumps and turns and he goes, "Oh, yes, hey, you 3, come here." And he kind of directs them, and they all walk towards where the entrance is, and he goes, "So, I was freed from where the hag put me, which was actually kind of like a prison, by these 3. This is Kadie in the front, then there's Aegard, and the little one in the back is Brakka, and they're all very, very good people, but we need to get the word out. Maybe you 3 can start to tell people that you've seen me, and Puck has escaped the hag's grasp, and see if we can maybe start to get a following, because we're headed to the chamber and we're going to get rid of the crystal. And the three kind of look, and you hear the one, he's like, well, Puck, I don't know. Do you think everybody's going to rally behind you? And Puck kind of looks at him, and he's like, again, these two know what I can do. If I have at least 10 to 15 of you, we can get that stone and get rid of it. None of us are okay with what she did to our clan, and we need to get the hag back that was there, as well as their coven. And this coven is not going to stop with just the goblins. We need to take everyone out that has to do with this coven, and we need to make sure that they can never do anything like this again.
How tall is the area that we're in there right now?
It's about 8-9 feet tall.
So Aegard is right at the...
Yeah, you're right at the ceiling. Kadie's pretty close.
Aegard, after Puck says this, looks at the three goblins and says, friends, you do not want to be on the wrong side of this today. And I'm going to roll intimidation.
Intimidation.
It's not very high for Aegard. Oh, well, 17?
I would say roll with advantage because Puck has already given a good word about you too. Because I wouldn't even say it's intimidation. I would say it's a little more like, yeah, it's intimidation, but which one's higher, intimidation or persuasion for you?
Persuasion. No, they're the same.
They're the same?
+2. So yeah, it's been 17 out of the way.
17 out of the way? Okay, so you kind of see him. Persuasion. You kind of see, and he like looks around, the one that spoke up, and he kind of nods and goes, okay, Puck, you have my support. I will go talk to some of the former members, and we will meet you in the main hall. Puck looks at me and goes, do it quick. We will be there shortly. And he looks at you three, he goes, back to the tunnels. Do you guys want to come out so I can lead? Because there's no way I'm scooting past all of you.
Real quick, do you know what this crystal does? I forget if we discussed that or not.
I don't know exactly what it does, but I know it has turned one of my best friends, who would never hurt a fly, to kill another one of our members of our previous clan. And that is all I need to know, that thing is evil, because he would have never done anything like that.
Well, I'm not disagreeing with you, but we've been dealing with these crystals for a good while now, so we have a decent understanding of them. We can't exactly get near it without, well, something like that possibly happening, like our minds being corrupted by this crystal. That's why Alfred kind of has to be here for the crystal so that he can put it in his bag.
We have the cloth though that we can hold on to.
Did she ever give that back?
Yeah, you guys got the cloth back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
She didn't want the cloth, she just wanted the crystals.
We don't know how big this crystal is, though. That's like
if it is too big, then after we kill everyone, we'll have
I guess I can just put it. I guess I can just put it in my bag of holding.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully not destroy the bag of holding.
No.
Well, I mean, the bag of holding is a 2 foot by 2
You had
foot.
some in the bag of holding before.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just grab it with the.
I mean, we've destroyed the astral plane, but it's fine.
Yeah, astral plane.
There's an astral dreadnought just waiting to be pulled out of your bag of holding.
Yeah, But okay, I'm ready to go when you are.
Let's do this. And Puck kind of shimmies past and goes into the tunnel and starts to lead you guys. It takes about 10 minutes, and he pauses again and puts his hand up, and he turns around and he says, okay, when I step out there, I'm gonna immediately use one of my runes to get large.
I can make you bigger if you'd like. I have a potion that can do that.
I think it might be better if they see me do it and activate it in front of them rather than before.
Well, I mean, like, I can like use it from a distance, so they don't have to see me. I just have to see you. Add to the intimidation effect. I mean, I don't know if you're like afraid of needles or not, but I'm gonna throw one at you.
I'll just do it the way that I do it, because I don't know if I want anything thrown at me, but I've got this. But
Brakka, it may be good for you to use on yourself.
Maybe.
I'd just be a normal-sized person. It's not very intimidating.
A normal-sized kobold is kind of intimidating to other kobolds.
There aren't any kobolds. Just do your thing.
There are kobolds.
Here?
Yeah. There's kobolds, there's goblins, there's hobgoblins. Like, the hags have turned any species that they can find in the Underdark to become the clan of the Black Moon.
Real quick before you do this.
Yes.
Are these kobolds from a tribe or clan or something, or are they just random kobolds?
I mean, I'm sure they were like us. They probably were previously from a clan that had to convert, but...
Mama?
Oh my gosh.
Real mama?
Why?
Talk about it afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Don't do your thing.
Are you ready? Are you two ready? Kadie, Aegard?
Well, we haven't discussed what we
So
should expect.
What is so
happening?
you are going to use your Rune Knight thingy and get big, and I assume give some rousing speech or intimidating speech, and hope that people will join you. What then? We kill people?
If they don't?
I mean, the ones that don't join, yeah, I think me and my followers are going to take care of them. But I think the big thing is, can I see that map I drew? And he takes the map, and he kind of looks at it, and you can see where the big chamber is, and he says, last I knew, and he points on the map, and basically it's about far right corner of the map. He says, that's where they used to have the crystal. It's in this large chamber. So when I go in, when we start everything, maybe you guys can get over there and get it while we're causing a distraction and there's a commotion. If you want to jump in and be involved in the fight, that's fine. But if you get this, you can use this map to use these secret tunnels to get out, and I can join you at your camp if we get it and we survive.
Well, we wish for you to survive, so I don't personally want to leave unless we're leaving with you.
Right, but if this crystal is really as bad as it seems like you guys say it is and what I've seen, then I would much rather it be away from here than worrying about, and keep it out of the hag's hand than worrying about me staying alive, to be honest. Because what they've done to my clan and many others is, I mean,
I understand you're fully ready to sacrifice yourself for your cause, but it's probably not necessary. We could grab the crystal hopefully very quickly, put it in my bag, and then we can either fight our way out or we'll just all make an escape.
I think that sounds good. We'll stay by your side while Brakka goes and tries to get the crystal to put in his bag. And then we'll reconvene near you again.
Okay. Give me about 30 seconds after I go out there. I'm going to get big and try to give a speech. Yes. And once... maybe everybody will be like, hey, there's Puck. He's not dead. And they'll turn to our side. But we don't really know.
I don't know why that was funny.
Or act like you came back from the dead. That will scare them into thinking that you are all powerful. You were able to resurrect yourself.
I just like how you're saying that, and Aegard is standing in the tunnel like, no. Puck's like, you know what? I like the idea, but I like the idea more of telling them that the hags tried to silence me and kill me, and I survived. And I think that'll prove that the true power is not the hags.
You're right. We'll come in 30 seconds after you.
But I guess, like, as Puck is walking out, I'm gonna kind of turn to Aegard and just say, put a reason behind it. Don't just mindlessly kill.
Yes. I don't want to just kill people to kill people. I agree.
More towards it.
I also agree with what you said.
I don't know what to do.
Okay.
We will wait, and if Puck needs our help, we will.
Right, no, I understand that. I just...
You two just, probably for the best, fight by Puck and just be reactive. If anything comes towards him and his people, just, send them back or kill them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Puck steps out and walks towards the center of the chamber. And when you guys arrived, you guys heard some commotion, some talking. And as Puck steps out and gets towards the center, a hush falls over the chamber. Puck starts to stumble on his words as he starts to give a speech, and then you see him, he goes, and he reaches up and he just presses on his like bandolier on his armor, and all of a sudden he just grows larger, and you hear him say, "The hags may have tried to silence me, but they will never truly kill our spirit. We must rise up and keep this evil from taking more of our lands and more of our clans in their name. You must fight by my side, and for the better of all of our clans. We must eradicate this coven." And for a moment, there's like silence. I'm gonna have Brakka, Aegard, and Kadie all roll a d20 here for perception.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh, Jesus.
12 for
9.
21.
Brakka, you're kind of looking, Kadie and Aegard, you guys, it's hard for you to see because it is dark in there, so it's hard for you guys to make out. But Brakka,
That's
you can
true.
see a lot.
That's perfect. Sorry.
You can see a lot of the other goblins as some start to stand up, and they all kind of start to like look around and talk to each other, and they look at the hobgoblins, and a bunch of goblins just start to rush where the hobgoblins were and start to attack the hobgoblins. And a fight begins to slowly break out as these groups start to attack others that they're sure aren't going to leave the hag's side because of the power that they've given them. So the goblins have begun to rise up and fight against the oppressors that are holding them back.
Do I see the crystal at all in this chamber?
With your perception, yes, it is in the far top right corner of the map that you were given. It's still in that same area. As you look at it, it is massive compared to the other stones that you've seen. But again, compared to the other stones that you've seen.
Oh, okay.
So it will fit in the bag of
it's
holding.
Just a lot bigger.
It's just rather than like softball size, this thing is like,
Bowling ball?
it's probably 1.5 feet tall by like a foot wide, and it's just this massive crystal.
Oh, it's like a
Aegard
crystal
cast
tower.
moonbeam.
It's
Yeah.
almost as big as Brakka. God.
Yep. So, but you do see it.
So country
Um,
it's almost as big as
Yeah,
Brakka,
yeah.
golly!
I'll tell you what.
Oh shit! How big is the cloth thing? Don't we have to use the cloth to put it in the bag?
I mean, I just have to touch it with the
Yeah.
cloth. I can't directly touch it with like my hand.
So what, are you gonna just one palm this
Well,
thing?
like-
or
But
just
we put like leather around it and done it too. We're good.
Yeah.
All right.
So how far is the crystal from us?
the crystal's about 40 feet from your position.
Is it like elevated at all, or is it just like on the ground?
It is kind of up. It's almost like they took a stalagmite and they basically like leveled it off.
Okay.
Okay, so is there like a group of hobgoblins that have yet to be engaged that Aegard can see?
The ones that haven't been engaged yet are now trying to get up and get their weapons to try to flank.
How far away are they?
I would say they're about 30, 35 feet from you.
No, from like, is there anyone else like around them that would be?
They're about 10, 15 feet away from the nearest group of goblins you can see.
Aegard would like to cast a spell.
Roll on your table.
Do you want us to get in?
16.
No, it means you don't have to go any further, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want us to get into turn order? By the way.
Just in a minute.
Okay.
I'm giving you guys all like one action right here.
Seeing the hobgoblins going for their weapons,
Mhm.
he wants to cast something that has a 20-foot cube
Okay.
area of effect, and not hit any of the goblins, obviously.
You could arrange it to where it would hit about 10 of the hobgoblins and none of the goblins.
Aegard cast Erupting Earth.
Okay.
Right underneath them. Says choose a point you can see on the ground within range. The range is 120 feet. A fountain of churned earth and stone erupts in a 20-foot cube. Centered on that point, each creature in that area must make a dexterity saving throw. The creature takes 3d12 bludgeoning damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful save. Additionally, the ground in that area becomes difficult terrain until cleared. Each 5-foot square portion of the area requires at least 1 minute to clear by hand.
Okay, and you said it's a 20 by 20 cube?
It's a, 20-foot cube.
So, as Puck is finishing his speech, and he says in Goblin his trigger word for his sword, and it lights, almost simultaneously, Aegard casts Erupting Earth, and it looks as though, as he lit the fire from his sword, the ground erupts underneath the hobgoblins.
Puck just looks like a demigod.
Yeah, that's kind of what Aegard was wanting to do.
And so,
and when Aegard does it, you see him. He reached in one of his pouches, and he pulled out a small piece of obsidian and whispered into it, and basically it looked like he threw it out towards the area, and it turns into dust as it leaves his hand. Okay. And then that triggers Erupting Earth.
this is where we're going to end this week's episode, as the party has followed Puck through the secret passages and found one of the remaining crystals. Puck began to rally the other goblins to their cause, and Aegard assisted the goblins in their fight with the hobgoblins by casting Erupting Earth. Thank you, friends and fellow adventurers, for tuning into the 42nd campaign episode of Cocked, a Real Play RPG podcast. Everyone here is very appreciative of the support we have received from our listeners. Patreon subscribers, don't forget, you have an exclusive access to the first episode of the prequels now. Go check that episode out, and there are more to come. If you're interested in getting access to these prequel episodes, head on over to our Patreon and subscribe. The link is in the episode description. Also, check out our Instagram, as the giveaway to celebrate our small show reaching over 2,000 downloads worldwide will be announced today. One lucky winner will receive a custom-made miniature of an NPC created and painted by myself, Alex Reid. I am thrilled to say that this giveaway is sponsored by Titancraft. If you've not heard of Titancraft, it is a miniature/monster creating program which allows you to design STL files for 3D printers. These files are fully customizable with all sorts of weapons, clothing, and there are all kinds of races and monsters for all your fantasy needs. Check out the episode description for a link to their site. Last and certainly not least, tune in next week for a showdown in the caves and to see the end result of Aegard's spell when he casts Erupting Earth.
Shed all the way down her face and drop off of her chin or jaw, whatever.
Brakka collects it.
White Dragon Boys here. There we go. I got what I wanted.
Brakka's like,
Shit!
Mix that with the
with Alfred.
The Aegard's arm hair
Toenails?
pricked off.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
How would he have got a toenail?
I don't know.
There you go.
He's listening to me talking down here like, click,
I mean,
click,
he
click.
is further closer
Wow.
to your toes.
while you were sleeping, Brakka's like,
Oh,
Ugh,
Oh,
okay.
God.
yeah.
Okay,
Because
now you're
Aegard
gross.
is always barefoot.
oh, I'm
so
sorry.
it's-
I'm sorry. So you're telling me they had toenail clippers in medieval times?
I got a dagger.
I was gonna say.
Do they have Pepsi in medieval
saying.
times?
No.
They do.
No, it's from Cable Guy. Sorry.
At medieval times. They do.
Yeah. Excuse me, waitress, can I get a fork? They do not have forks in medieval times, therefore we do not have forks at medieval times. They don't have forks, but they have Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great movie.
Okay, so anyways.
Cut that out.